Okay, everybody. Tiare is showing us her week one ecology, biotic, abiotic factors of ecosystems slide deck. Thanks, Tiare.
No problem. Well, I'm getting ramped up for distance learning and hybrid just like everybody else. And so I decided I wanted to start off with this place-based phenomenon. Have you ever wondered why a non-native species would thrive or do better in an ecosystem than a native species? Opening up our minds, thinking about where we live. So we begin with basically an outline. If we were in a regular class, this would be up on your board just to be able to go over what your day would look like. So for my cohort A, they're going to start directly with me at 8:30. We're going to welcome back to class. We're going to do a whole class check-in. I'm going to have all of my kids that are going to be in Zoom, which would be cohort B and cohort C, join us about 15 minutes in so that I've had that one-on-one time with my cohort A so that they can also get started on what they might need to be doing so that then I can work with B and C for like 20 minutes and then I can go back to cohort A. I'm going to go over logging in with gizmos. We're going to be looking at slide 5, which I'll show you in just a second. And starting with the Paul Anderson model of what do you notice? What do you think? What do you wonder about? And then we're going to be, as you can see, I need to make this survey. Work in progress, you know. So we're going to be starting with cohort B and C. They're going to be independent and working on doing some notes. They're going to be doing an ed puzzle. I'm going to be checking in with them in the last 20 minutes of class, asking them, are you confident with your notes? Do you need any help with your ed puzzle? Going back to cohort A. This is what they're going to be working on. We have different pictures of Santa Barbara, and they don't necessarily know that these are Santa Barbara. When I did this in third quarter, I got lots of interesting answers for where this was. It's just simply making observations and what they are noticing, and it's leading us down a path. There's a reason for this. Now, cohort B and C will be doing this on Tuesday. I'm just going to be flip-flopping what we're doing between the Monday and the Tuesday. So on Tuesday, they're basically doing what we did on Monday with cohort A. So we're just going to be flip-flopping. So you can see that. These are just the big ideas that I wanted to be able to cover in this week so that all students were aware of what the focus was. On Wednesday, I do my COVID update. We do our birthdays. I check in with anybody who's fallen a little bit behind in turning things in. There's some birthdays. For Thursday, all of the cohort is going to be together and we're going to be doing this whole class. Working on doing our hook, and this is a STEMscopes resource right here, and looking at what is the picture showing us? What do we notice about what's alive, what's not alive? I have a station activity that they go through. The stations being they have a reading article, they have a video that they would watch, they're organizing different things into living and non-living. I have a little fun song just to be able to break it up. And I have been working on this other thing called Phenomenal Fridays.
One sec, can you go back to Thursday real quick?
Sure.
So on Thursday, you have Google Classroom. It says STEMscopes hook and intro. So you have taken the hook from STEMscopes and made it into a Google Doc, or it already was one, or?
I made it into a Google Doc. They have the opportunity with STEMscopes that you can copy things into Google Docs. I have been using that as a format, and then I've been adding in links like things like videos or pictures or things so that's all in one place for students, and I've just been putting it into Google Classroom.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome. And so these Phenomenal Fridays are all about the Channel Islands. And so our essential question each and every Friday that we go through the whole 9 weeks kind of circling around is this one. How do changes in the kelp forest affect the populations that depend on it for its survival? So I have paired this up, this 5E kelp forest Channel Islands lessons with a amazing series. If you're not familiar with West of the West, This is an amazing anthropology series that is all about the Channel Islands. So we watch these short, they're anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes long as a video, and we focus our thoughts around some deep thinking questions that we pause and talk about as the video goes through. I usually have a link to all of the written information. So if someone is ever absent, they can also read about it. They can watch more about that. So that's kind of how I'm thinking about hybrid in my first week.
I love this social studies connection.
Yeah, this is awesome, Tiare. Thank you so much. I'm going to pause it for a second. One question I had for you, Tiare, was like in looking at that structure, how you have Monday and Tuesday as a flip-flop, and then Wednesday all together, Thursday all together. I'm curious if on this like Friday, Phenomenal Friday, if that might be, do you think that that could work as an opportunity to use that Catlin Tucker flip-flop model just for that Friday?
I have been thinking about it. In the first week, I think I just want to dog paddle to the end of the pool. By the second or third week, I think I'm hoping to be able to turn these Phenomenal Fridays into exactly that, staying with me to do the Kelp Forest 5E, but then being independent to learn more about the history and the anthropology of the Channel Islands, perhaps on their own. So being able to do exactly what you've mentioned. So having them check in at different times to be able to flip-flop. So that is in the back of my mind as an opportunity that I think I'm going to take advantage of.
Awesome. Thank you, Tiare, for sharing your first week of term 4, which will probably be hybrid. I so appreciate all the hard work you're doing. Also in this video is Christian Maida. She's amazing. She's from STEMscopes. And so, yeah, if you want to follow up on any of this information, you can contact me or Tiare. We would love to support you in this crazy land of COVID, pandemic, hybrid, remote teaching, and all of the above. Bye-bye, everybody.